before the world was called America and Europe. Before there was America, before there was Europe, even before humans knew how to write, the world was filled with stories of survival. The beginning of humanity, Africa, where it all began. Plus or minus 300,000 years ago, Homo sapiens appeared in Africa. Early species, Homo habilis, simple stone tools, Homo erectus, fire and migration. A brief but scientific explanation, without complicated terms. Every modern human, American, European, Asian, has the same roots. The Great Migration. Humans spread the world. 70,000 to 50,000 years ago. Path. Africa to Middle East to Europe, Asia to Siberia to Beringia. Land bridge to America. It is emphasized that the Americas were inhabited long before Columbus. Ancient Europe, Neanderthals and modern humans. Neanderthals. Strong, intelligent and cultural. Homo sapiens arrived approximately 45,000 years ago. Coexisted and interbred. Neanderthal DNA still exists. Lascaux and Altamira cave paintings. They weren't primitive. They were artists, hunters, and family members. Ancient America, a very old new world. Entered via Beringia plus or minus 15,000 to 20,000 years ago. Early cultures. Clovis, Folsom. Encounters with giant animals. Mammoths, giant sloths. Extreme wilderness leads to rapid adaptation. The Great Revolution. From hunters to farmers, plus or minus 10,000 years ago. Major changes. Agriculture, permanent villages, population increases, the beginning of conflict, ownership, and hierarchy. Progress also comes at a high price. Social life and ancient beliefs. Beliefs in nature spirits, death rituals, art as humanity's first language, Stonehenge as a symbol of Europe, ritual sites of North and South America. Before there was America, before there was Europe, even before history was written, humans were already struggling to survive. Without a country, without a language, without borders. This is our story, when humans were not yet the rulers of the world. The beginning of humanity, Africa. About 300,000 years ago, in Africa, a species was born that would change the world. Homo sapiens. They weren't the intelligent creatures we are today. They were fragile. They died easily. But they had one advantage: adaptability, stone tools, fire, social cooperation. Every modern human in the Americas and Europe comes from the same point: the Great Human Migration. Tens of thousands of years ago, humans began to walk out of Africa into the unknown world. Some headed for Europe, facing extreme winters. Others headed for Asia, and then to the land we now call America. At that time, the Americas hadn't yet separated. There was a land bridge called Beringia. The Americas were inhabited thousands of years before modern history began. Ancient Europe, Neanderthals. When modern humans arrived in Europe, they weren't alone. Neanderthals were already living there. They were strong, intelligent, and had a culture. Neanderthals weren't stupid. They hunted, cared for the sick, and created art. Modern humans and Neanderthals lived side by side, even interbred. Ancient America, a wild new world. On the other side of the world, humans arrived in America. They encountered a wilderness like no other: woolish mammoths, giant bears, and endless expanses of land. Without modern technology, they survived by ingenuity and togetherness. The Great Revolution. Agriculture. About 10,000 years ago, everything changed. Humans stopped walking and began settling down. Agriculture brought food, population, and progress, but it also brought conflict, disease, and inequality. This was the beginning of the modern world. Ancient beliefs and art. Ancient humans didn't just survive. They thought and believed. They worshipped nature, revered death, and created art. Before written language, art was their voice. Our technology is changing. Our world is evolving. But inside us, there are still the same ancient humans, afraid of the dark, looking for light, and fight to live.